Welcome back to another episode of
He said,
She Said with your girl Danielle, Diella, and my boy.
and I'm a scruffy Tim Wayne, you know what I'm saying, wrinkled, but we here.
Black don't crack.
It don't, I mean, we here, you know what I'm saying? When I get it lined up though, I look good. But yeah, what's been up? What's been going on?
Well, let's go ahead and get it over with. You got to meet my man.
Yes, and I gave my man a hug, you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Which is weird.
I was so excited. Oh my God. Oh, I just wanted to, men, we gotta see. I'm finna get on my horse right quick. See, men, we got to be able to show love to one another, especially when we've been put through the depths of hell. If you know what I mean.
The depths of hell.
I'm just giving you shit. You know I'm gonna give you shit. But no, yeah, it was cool to meet him, man. It's like it's finally, you know what I'm saying? It's about time. Also met a lovely friend of yours, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, one of my besties came in town.
Yes, and she smells magnificent.
Shout out to my girl Ronnie. Veronica.
Yeah.
She's pretty dope. We were just talking about how she is a content creator too.
Yeah, that's
and we can throw in her where you can find her on this video. I bet she
No. We're not doing that until we get her on. You know, let's get her on or something. Let's not just get my
okay. We'll have her on for something.
Yeah, no, we're not. But don't do that because the other, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah, you know.
She came through. So yeah, y'all got to meet her. And someone already met her, but the man's, he had a good time. He was glad to see you guys. I went on a wine tour.
Did he? I didn't see him smoke hookah. Does he smoke
hookah? Like, does he smoke?
Yeah.
So yes and no. He's not like a big fan of it.
Okay. Because I don't remember seeing him like.
He tried it. Me and him have been just us two before, and he likes it, but. Let's just say, sometimes people that are smokers, the way they inhale, it's a little like.
So remember that conversation we were talking about where like you need like, well, not you need, but it's cool to have like the ice. It's cool to have the cool hose. It's cool to smoke something with mint in it and it's fruity because it's easier of a hit. That's probably something what he needs. Like we probably need to go to the other spot and he would probably like that way more.
Yeah.
Because this one is just a traditional coffee lounge, hookah lounge. It's like, they don't really have no tricks of the trade. It's just really.
We're going to go to a spot when we go to Houston. So.
Oh, when you going to Houston?
For his birthday.
And when is his birthday?
Next month. That's all I'm going to say. It's his next month.
Oh shit! I'm giving up. I'm asking for shit. My bad.
I'm
fucking shit up. My bad. My bad, dog.
Yeah. Hey. So we're probably gonna go either to Houston or somewhere else. I'm not sure yet, but
okay.
I know we're gonna probably go to a hookah spot, but I want to take him to one that has a little bit more variety of stuff. But he could care less. To be honest, he could care less. To be honest, but I did go on a wine tour.
Have a good time, huh?
I went on a wine tour.
How was that?
It was good. Lots of alcohol, but it wasn't. Their pours got smaller. I've been on 4 other wine tours.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the economy or COVID or what, but the pours were a little bit smaller. I wasn't super tipsy, and I wanted to be more tipsy. And then we went to
a Frosé like I told you.
I did. Yes, I got at this place called Fat Ass. And
you didn't have none at the actual wine tour.
Yeah, at the wine tour, at the last place we went to, they had Frosé.
Okay.
But the other places didn't have that. But whatever. Shout out to them apparently, because let me say 2 things. One, they're the fastest growing. They are and have been the fastest growing winery in the state of Texas since the beginning of time. But they just kind of opened up a couple years ago. But out of all the wineries in Texas, apparently they're the fastest growing one because they specialize in sweet wines, all sweet wines. Now, I am a fan of sweet wines,
right?
But it's like drinking watered down Kool-Aid. It's so sweet I'm like, guys, I can't.
Where's the liquor?
And they had this one, it's called raspberry jalapeno something.
They always try to throw some jalapenos in it.
It literally smelled like someone ate nachos, drank beer, and threw up. That's what it smelled and tastes like. So yeah, that was trash. But cool ambiance, good time. Did brunch this weekend, good time, didn't overdo it, and that's about it.
Yeah,
for the weekend.
Yeah, speaking of trash, it's my hot take.
What?
Do we want to talk about this Kendrick Lamar album?
I mean,
do we want to talk about it?
We can, but then I feel like we just can't talk about the issue that happened.
Well, that was one of my things, because like I don't like that song.
Well, we don't, because we trying to move past that. Some people are just trying to move past that. They don't care to think about that. But I mean, I have not listened to the album, so I ain't got nothing to say.
Okay, so I'll do this. I will give a very scarce breakdown of this song, of the album.
The album.
So again, The Heart Part 5, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the song and how it was presented. They used the deep fake technology again. We talked about they used the deep fake technology. Used lots of meaning, lots of stuff going on in that song, but that's not a part of the album. However, Kendrick did drop his album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is a double album that came out Friday the 13th. Also in the announcement of that movie, it's kind of like a movie. In the announcement of that album, he released that he had a second child.
Oh.
In the album cover.
I see the cover, yeah.
Yeah, in the album cover, you see that he is holding one child, and you see his wife that he's been with for, I want to say, since high school. You see her breastfeeding another baby. That is his other child. So that was his announcement to the world about him having another child, which I think is a very
cool
Kendrick Lamar way of introducing his child to the world. Let's just put it like that. So that's dope. However, and this is again, I am not I'm going to piss off some people who are Kendrick Lamar fans. Or stans rather. There are songs on this album, just like every album that Kendrick Lamar has put out, where I like those songs. I love those songs, but then there is songs that I do not like. And I won't get into titles. I'll just keep it, like I said, very quick.
Is it a long album? How many?
I wouldn't say it's a double album. I believe it's a couple of songs on there. I can't remember how many off the top of my head, but I want to say it's between like maybe 20, 23.
Okay. Yeah,
between the two. But I do like the fact that Baby Keem is on there, which is one of his rappers. I don't know if he's affiliated with TDE. I don't know where I just like Baby Keem. Baby Keem has some good songs. You probably never heard of him, but
I've heard of him. I've heard that name. Don't know his face, but at least I'm like, what kind of heard that?
I like him. He's been on a couple of Kendrick Lamar projects, and Kendrick Lamar has been on a couple of his projects, and I do actually really like what his music.
Is it Summer Walker one good?
Summer Walker is on there. There's Kodak Black, which I was not expecting that. Kodak Black was on there.
I heard people talking about that. Why? Do they not?
Because when you think of Kendrick Lamar, you think of like lyrics, you think of like real, like people consider like Kendrick Lamar as like the savior of hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what some people deem him as. I don't think like I think he is the resurgence of
A
hip hop.
caliber, he's a different caliber of rappers.
He is
Maybe.
definitely a different caliber of rapper. I will give him that. He's
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar can say some shit and you be like, all right.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I meant like Kodak Black wasn't on that
Yeah,
caliber.
Kodak Black is not on the same level as Kendrick Lamar. If I would say like Kendrick Lamar is like there's like 3-4 rappers, you know, in
Right.
that age range.
Oh, I see.
From like during that 30 middle age 30s. So it's like J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. Like they're all in that 35.
Drake is?
Drake's 35.
But in that age, but caliber?
When I will say
Drake?
this, and I'm gonna sound like one of those guys that I'm gonna sound like one of those guys that is like, oh, I was on him before a lot of people, but honestly, I was, and so like I was going to these Drake concerts, and it was
Me
just a bunch
too.
of girls
I saw
and
him
stuff.
down. I was a Drake fan.
Right,
before
and
he
my
was-
ex-girlfriend actually that we went to school with actually put me on him, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is cool. And I started to like him the more and more. Of course, you around your girl's playing the music. You end up liking it. It end up taking it off. So,
But I still think it's a different feel. I hear J. Cole and Kendrick. I don't know what I get a sense of like these. It's about to be like some bars. It's about to be some heat. It's about to be something that's gonna make me think about something.
right.
I feel like
honestly,
they're lyrically the way they play with words is way better than Drake stuff is catchy.
Right.
It's just like I don't know. I feel like Drake ain't got no hard albums or hard songs.
he doesn't have
Which is nothing bad. I'm just saying I don't think they're in the same caliber.
I think like so for me, Drake does have stuff, and Drake is and Kendrick Lamar I hold in the same category.
Wow. I
They
put Drake with
do-
Future, and I'm not a big Future fan either. I just feel like they have songs that are for the culture and time of people.
So for me, there are things like, and I think I mentioned this the last time, when they just rap, when Drake and Kendrick, when Kendrick Lamar, when they just rap, like they just get to it. They're not changing their voices, they're not singing, they're not doing anything. Like
I just don't feel nothing when Drake raps.
Okay, so there's a couple of songs. There's a couple of songs to me where I was just like, and I'm not gonna go into like two songs come to my mind when I think about Lemon Pepper
Drake?
Freestyle. Lemon Pepper Freestyle, Drake just really just got on there and he just started rapping.
Okay.
Like that's what I like to hear. I also think about Two Birds, One Stone, because he was cutting niggas up a lot in that song. There's also the Duppy freestyle where him and Pusha T were going at it. And there's also the London freestyle. There's a London freestyle that he did. For BBC
Okay.
Radio.
I guess I haven't listened to a lot of his freestyles or any of
9 a.m. in Dallas. And this 9 a.m. in Dallas, that's like a 15-year-old song. But when he gets in there and he just starts kind of.
But like, so does Kendrick Lamar have a ghostwriter?
I don't think so. I
think that's what it is too, because I've heard so much about people writing, which is nothing wrong either. But
so here's the thing.
When I hear Drake, I think about ghostwriting. When I hear Kendrick Lamar, I don't even think about that.
So here's my thing. If me and you are having a conversation and I'm writing a song and I'm like, man, I don't know what to say right here, and you give me one line,
yeah,
like that's what's up. Like you helped me. You didn't.
Right, you didn't write
everything. That whole. Would you say I helped you? Would you say I helped you write this song, or you just be like, man, I gave him a line? You know what I'm saying? Like I think there has been people that have collaborated with Drake to say some slick shit. I think I feel the same way about Kanye. Like, I think there's things that
Mhm.
Kanye has said.
It's kind of a comedian. When
I mean,
comedians build a set, they
yes, yes,
go
yes, yes,
to
yes.
other
Yeah,
people write their set sometimes, like to
yeah,
help them,
yeah.
have a whole set in the show. So yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't think that Drake has had somebody write a full-on song. Yeah, has somebody be like, oh dog, you should say this is
Yeah.
cool. And Drake be like, yeah, that's actually pretty fire. And then he gives them credit so that they can get paid. They
Right.
can get paid. Or, some people they will be like, oh, well, I helped Drake do this song went 15 times platinum. I ain't get paid. I'm taking him to court. Damn, for real?
It just looks bad, but go ahead. Yeah.
Um, uh,
So yeah, I'm gonna listen to more songs.
I think you should. There's some songs that really stick out to me with this Kendrick Lamar song, and there's some songs that I absolutely don't like. That is not
Yeah.
my style. That is not my style. I understand
Is it a different sound from him or?
it's not a different sound. It's
Oh,
just
okay,
stuff
cool.
that I don't like.
Okay.
But there's songs that I absolutely love that Kendrick Lamar has put out. I
You
think
like Future's album?
I haven't got to like really listen to all of Future's album,
I ain't heard
but
none
I
of it.
think like Future, like I want to hear Future in like a lounge, like at Darband, smoking a hookah. Like that's when I
Yeah.
want to hear Future. I'm not
People like
looking at,
him.
huh?
People like Future.
No, Future to me has made one of the greatest songs ever about nothing.
Wait, that one song that everyone talks about, what is it?
March Madness.
Yes. Why does everyone love that song?
Well, March Madness is special to me because it came out in March. He did
Yeah.
56 nights in Jan.
Everybody talks about March Madness.
Have you listened to March
I'll
Madness?
listen to it, but I mean, I guess, yeah. I'm not big into, I don't know, but okay, cool.
I love March Madness. March
Maybe I'll
Madness,
listen to it again.
March
I don't
Madness,
know.
Karate Chop, Dirty Sprite, like all of those are pinnacle pieces.
Mm-hmm. Okay, enough about rap. Uh,
Especially Karate Chop. Can I say something about karate? I first heard Karate Chop. Well, no, I didn't first hear it, but the first time like I got to feel Karate Chop, I was at South by Southwest and the Fader, and he came out and he did Karate Chop.
before it hit big.
Oh man, Future was already big by then. He released
Yeah.
Dirty Sprite 2.
I
Dirty
remember
Sprite
Future
2.
wasn't big.
Who?
I remember Future wasn't big. My ex, he was he had a party promoting group back in San Antonio, and they brought him, and I got to see him. It was basic. And they brought, what's her name? Malaya, Drake's ex, that girl, that
Oh, the
dancer.
stripper, Malaya.
Her, got to meet her. And then, dang, what's his name? It's another good rapper. You don't hear about him anymore. I forgot. But yeah, some guy. He's, now I want to know who he is, but yeah, so I knew Future before Future was anybody because he was in San Antonio
Well,
doing
they
some
had
song.
Drake. They had Drake all up and down Austin and Houston and Dallas, and majority of the people at his concerts were women. So, but
Of
yeah,
course,
enough
yeah.
about rap. The Kendrick Lamar album is good. There are things that I don't like. There are things that I do like. There are songs that I don't have the capacity of wanting to hear, and that's just that. Moving on.
Moving on. So I wanted to talk about this because I'm the type of person where I don't watch the news on purpose. And I tend to block out stuff. I hear it and then I'm like, oh, that sucks. It's sad. I don't want to hear anything else. But I wanted to call attention to the mass shooting
Okay.
at Tops grocery store
Yep.
in Buffalo, New
Buffalo, New
York.
York. Yep.
Yeah. I'm sickened. I'm sad. I want to say, what do I want to say? Of course, like, yeah, my condolences to the family and to all the people in that community. I was going to the grocery store yesterday and it just made me think like it's an everyday thing. Like you know, I need to go to the grocery store. I need food because I be hungry.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's sad that things are just, everyday things are an issue because of the color of your skin. People have a lot of hatred in their heart. There's another shooting, I believe, at a Taiwanese church on Sunday.
Yes.
And these mass shootings are just, we're used to it. And that shouldn't be good. I was telling my boyfriend, I said, I do remember during the pandemic, there was comments that, hey, at least this year we haven't had any mass shootings. And it was interesting because we were all in the house. I mean, and so sadly, you know, no school shootings, no mall shootings, no theater shooting, like the shootings everywhere you go.
Yeah. So I wrote down some notes. I didn't think we were going to talk about this, but I wrote some notes anyway. And I just want to kind of cover what's happened in this weekend.
Okay.
There were 21 shot in Milwaukee.
Oh, didn't know that.
13 in Buffalo. 5 in Houston. 5 in 5 at the Taiwanese church. And it's just like, this was all in one weekend. This was in 48 hours.
When is Hitler's birthday?
I
Let me look this
know.
up. People used to, I remember when Columbine happened, it was because it was around April, May, I thought.
Right.
They did it, they wanted to do it on his birthday. So I'm trying to, oh, it's April 20th. 420. Okay, I was just wondering, did that, because it's interesting that this past weekend you're saying like all these things are happening, like, is it having to do with that? But it's nothing. Anyway. But a lot of things happen that we don't hear about, or we hear about. I mean, in certain places, there's shootings every weekend, day, whatever.
Right. That is, I was reading up on some more information about this kid. First off, we do need to acknowledge that this is a kid. He is 18 years old. He has the word nigger, which could get us flagged, but I felt like it's important to say that because he didn't have nigga with a name. He had nigger. There was reports that they went and did some searching throughout the house, and he had planned this for months. And the relatives are blaming the pandemic on this thing, this attack, this mass shooting, a terrorist attack. Let's normalize domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
Because that kid is a terrorist.
Yes, he is.
Like,
and I don't care that he's a kid, to be honest.
I care that he's a kid because that stuff is taught at home. I don't care what anybody says.
It could be taught at home or it could be ignored. I think we think about it too a lot of times. Like, people grew up with their parents around, but their parents were just around, don't know what they was doing. Like,
right. But at the same time, like, that's the,
I would hope if the parents knew what they were doing, they would say something.
Right. What I'm getting at is, like, I'm hoping, and it may not have been taught via his parents. It may not, but I got a good feeling that whatever he felt towards Black folk, he was very aware, self-aware, and was probably sharing that information about his disdain.
Yeah, I heard he went live when he did it, number one, which is disgusting. And he was paying homage to the young man that shot the people at the church. He was following after what he did. My mom, she's just, so actually came back from, on the way back from the wine tour, my friend had showed it to me. I was just tired. I saw it, went to sleep, went to go pick up my dog at my mom's house, and my grandma was there, and they were watching it on TV. And my mom was just always frustrated. She's like, how come it's like always it's the white man that gets walked away with handcuffs, but it's the Black people that are getting shot and blah, blah. She gets so frustrated about it. And I totally agree.
Unarmed,
but to me,
unarmed people.
Unarmed, sadly though, and like I said, it's just so, after George Floyd, I was just like, I am mentally and just, I'm tired. I don't know. I personally don't know the fight that I can do, what I have in me. I don't know what I can do or whatever. I seen a post too, like Black people are just supposed to get up and act like we still have to get through day to day with all this trauma that we constantly see on TV and everything like that. And the fear, because the thing was, I remember I was about to go to the grocery store. I was on the phone with my boyfriend. I said, hey, who shot, what kind of church was that they shot at? Was it a Black church? I need to know what the world is on. Because if one day you got one person shooting up a Black grocery store, and I'm thinking another day someone's going to shoot up a church, is that what the country's on right now? White people just out here shooting Black people? Because I need to know. Because I just need to be on alert, even higher alert, because people are out here now just acting reckless. So, but it's sad. Like as a Black woman, I think about those things. And when I took my gun class to get the license the week before they changed the law, he would always say things like, well, that wouldn't have happened if someone was armed in the grocery store. A lot, or maybe less people would have gotten killed or something if
There
someone
was somebody armed in the grocery store. They had a gunfight and he lost because he had protective gear on. He had a
and that gun, type of gun he had.
He had a military style gun. So he had protective vest on and he had a ballistics helmet on. And for you who don't know what a ballistic helmet is, that is a bulletproof helmet.
Yeah. So you can only do so much. I mean, but it's just,
I don't even think you can own that type. I don't even know if you can own that type of stuff. I don't even think that's something you can own. You have to get that through the military
that's these gun laws, which I even stay out of as well. I do think we live in a free country. You should have the right to carry and protect yourselves, but also the way these guns are being handled, as we can see, they're always getting into the wrong, because the thing that I learned, guns don't kill people, people do. Right. So it's the person that has the gun. So that's what the issue is. But
I feel the same way how you feel about guns, and how guns don't, guns don't kill people, people kill people. But at the same time, I feel like whoever is buying a gun, I think they should make it very, very hard. I think they should go to some type of psych eval. And I think this for everybody, including myself. I think everybody should go through this, because it's just that, and you need to be like, if I had my way, like, you would have to, like, a doctor would be like, all right, cool, you can have a gun. You are mentally stable. And if you aren't, there's nothing against you. You're not a bad person, but like, you're not stable enough. If that doctor doesn't feel like you're stable enough to have that gun, you shouldn't have it.
Just like alcohol, there's a limit. And if you're past it, you can't think correctly. Your brain can't function. Like, it's an illness. Right. Mental health is an illness. Like, there should be more, what do you call it? Hoops or red tape to go through to get it done.
Most definitely. I definitely think they should make it harder to get access to, because what he had, that's not a flesh wound. That's taking names off people. That's putting big holes in people, softball size holes in people. If one of them bullets catch your arm and you frail enough, that arm is gone. Matter of fact, you don't even have to be frail. It don't matter how big you are. It's gonna take your arm,
some ligament,
some type of ligament. It's gonna rip up all the tissue you got. Like, you're not winning that battle.
I just wonder. I remember when there was that shooting at the church, and I'm sorry if I don't remember where it was. Where?
Dylan Roof.
You remember the boy name? I don't remember. Yeah. I don't like to.
That was 2019.
I don't like calling their names out. But yeah, I remember at my church, we already always had, like, not deacons, but like, not ushers. They're called like the men of valor or something. Mm-hmm. They would be in the parking lot and be at all the doors. But when that happened, they were even just more. I could tell there were more people at the doors. Certain doors were locked at the church. You couldn't get in everywhere during church service.
Right.
And so now it just makes me think even more so, just churches, the grocery store, like, is it gonna get to the point where we're gonna have like security? Like, I mean, officers We don't have enough officers to do it, number one.
Yeah.
But it's a crazy, crazy time. And that's why people in the comments, that's why I stay at home. I don't go nowhere because I ain't got time I do curbside delivery, whatever. I'm not trying to go nowhere.
So you're gonna pay the extra 15 to get the
but
curbside.
sadly, you can live in. It's crazy because when we were going through the whole, of course, like terrorist thing for people from other countries coming here, the whole thing was America. We're not gonna let them stop us from living.
Right.
But we got people in our own country where we're afraid, like it's either you gonna go and do it or whatever. Like my anxiety is through the roof when I'm around groups of people now. That's why I'm not big on concerts, like a lot of people. I heard Lovers and Friends concert, the first show they had, there was some big trample thing that happened there. They had to postpone the show for a second because people were running and people got trampled on. They thought they heard gunshots, but they weren't. But then the Lovers and Friends posted that, hey, it was a false alarm. Security is up to speed. We will continue the show, which is good that it happened. But
right.
If you get groups of people like that together nowadays, I was even thinking about like Rock Rose.
Mm-hmm.
When you're out there, if somebody really wanted to, they could drive by and shoot up the place.
Yeah.
They need to block it off like they do 6th Street, I think, at a certain time.
Oh, so where you can't even drive?
You can't even drive, because seriously, if somebody wanted to, you can shoot up the place. Literally drive down there. Or people running over people down 6th Street, just, it's...
I think Rock Rose is a little different because Rock Rose is heavily guarded.
It is?
They
do be having them people down there. But
there's cops at Kung Fu, there's cops across at Dogwood, there's cops in front of 77, there's cops.
True.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, they'll get you. If you trying to burn off, they got enough cameras and I guess cops to get you, but
yeah.
I've always been like that even before all the craziness. If I go any place where the X is at, I'm always the one who can sense when a fight's about to go down. I'm like, something about to happen. Let's go, move around. Damn, it look right. Like something about to happen. Like, I just can't. But yeah, I just wanted to talk. Like I said, I have not watched the news in the past 5 years on purpose. Mostly because Trump was in office. I could not deal. I just could not. But I just tend to sadly disengage with it. I'd rather not know. My mom's like, you need to be more safer, because when I lived south, apparently there's like 3 murders around me and I didn't even know because I don't watch the news. Like an apartment complex like right behind me, there's like a whole murder and they didn't catch the person. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
And your ass is all willy-nilly just...
Well, no, I ain't willy-nilly either. Trust me, I be in and out. I'm a cautious person. I'm an old lady, okay?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't want to say enough of the sad news because sadly that's our reality, but I did just want to say, just to talk about it. And
yeah, like I hope that guy gets, I hope he gets all of what he's supposed to get. He doesn't sound remorseful, he doesn't look remorseful, but I hope he gets everything that he deserves, and may God not have mercy on his soul.
He will get everything he deserves. Yeah, but let's see something positive to talk about. I don't know. I sent you a video about did men treat women better in the 80s and 90s than they do now?
Do I? What? I don't.
Just even think about movies and songs, what we even saw. Like the other day I was watching what was the Martin Lawrence? Is it Paid In? No, it's not Paid In Full. We shut up.
Thin Line Between Love and Hate?
No. What's the one he robbed the place and he came back to find that diamond or something?
Blue Streak.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not Blue Streak. That is.
It is Blue Streak, isn't it?
No, Blue Streak is where he's the cop.
Oh. It's just the one where he had that pizza and he go back up in there trying to get
Blue.
Anywho, I remember like his love interest. I forgot what her name was, but all the women, even like if you think about the Jamie Foxx show, Francesca, all the women were built like pretty slim women, pretty face.
Oh, it was Blue Streak.
Blue Streak. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Blue Streak.
The women were, I feel like in those movies, like Poetic Justice, like the men, like they were very romantic and just groveled at these women's feet and would do whatever they could do to get the woman's attention. It'd be like little kid stuff too, like sitting outside their window, trying to like, nowadays, if dudes be acting like I'm not finna chase you. I'm not finna do nothing. Like dudes just don't want to do anything.
Do you feel like in your dating life, do you feel that way?
So I feel that way, but I also think the other side, because do women treat men worse than they treated them back then?
Oh,
this was my thought process.
Everything is about the dollar.
This is my thought process. Back in the 80s and 90s, still more men were working than women. More women were still at home,
right,
taking care of the family, doing all that. So I felt like the men appreciated their women more because the woman was at home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, keeping the house together. And then the woman appreciated the man because he would go to work, bring home bacon, whatever. So I felt like that was just like the day and time. Nowadays, yes, more so women more educated and go to school, they can do more in the professional field and they don't have to be at home. And I just do think men feel, I don't know, like they're being weak or being controlled if they do something nice for a woman, like they're being manipulated or
I think people have
or been hurt, been burned.
That too. I think people have really made courting has turned courting into simping.
Into what?
Simping.
Oh.
I think courting is a lost art.
It's a competitive thing.
It's crazy.
I don't understand why we compete.
It's crazy because I was talking to one of the Megans about this, and we were just talking about like courting, and she was like, I took the compliment very personal because it's cool to see, or it's cool for a friend of the opposite sex to point that out, to be like, you're really good at this, so I think you should do this because I know you're really good at it. And so that was cool to like have that like small conversation, just to see that it's, you know, if I'm interested in somebody or if I'm talking to somebody, that they can see like some of the stuff that I do. They do see that. They may not speak on it right then and there, but they mention it. They you know, acknowledge it. So that was pretty cool. But I think men especially look at courting as something as simping. Oh, why you doing this or why you doing that? You a simp ass nigga. You doing this, you doing that. Nigga, you ain't no real nigga. Bro, your grandpa was on a knee outside in the yard, your great grandmama house. You know what I'm saying? Singing to your grandma or singing to come on, fam, like just chill.
But I think basically what you said though too is just because they're worried about what other people think.
Right.
I mean, which I used to think about that too. I mean, I used to be worried about people think about me or my situation or whatever. But yeah, when you're worried about obviously, I have learned in my relationship, I don't care what other people think about me outside of him. And then even with us together, I don't care if you think, oh, she's doing too much. She ain't doing enough. I don't care. Like,
yeah,
why?
And that's I think like with you, that's what I like. My thing is like, I was always trying to get you to see. It's not about you. It's just, I'm lying. It is about you. It's just like, okay, you like this person. Yes. How do they make you feel? Good.
Right.
Okay. Work with that.
Right. But that's what
I'm not telling you to settle. I'm just saying.
Right. But sadly,
this person makes you feel a certain way.
Right.
If that person didn't make you feel that way, if it didn't make you feel a certain way, I'd be like,
why we gotta call him out like that?
Because it's true.
But you ain't gotta call his name.
This is not the first time that I've called this name.
Yes, you have, and
It's
you
definitely
better
been
delete it.
delete it.
You better delete it.
I'll beep it out. But I've definitely said that
You
man's name.
better beep it out.
You being weird. Anyway,
I'm not being weird.
are you protecting your investment?
I'm trying to pop out engaged. I'm trying to keep it on the low. He hasn't even really been around my mom and met my people yet, so I'm not trying to put that on blast right now, who I'm with. I don't want people in my business either. So you better just cut this whole little part out. I mean, you better do it.
No, I'm gonna keep it in. I'm keeping it in.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna beep his name out, but I'm keeping this in.
How are you gonna beep it out?
I do the editing for the videos.
All right, because I'm gonna report this thing and take it down if I hear his name.
You don't even know the email address to get into this damn.
Yes, I do. You gave it to
You,
me at some point in time. I don't remember how to get to it.
that's how I know. That's how I
But
know.
I'll find the video and I'll report it and say this person said something that I did not like. They can vouch that I am who I am. I'm on the video and I don't want this to be shared. Take it down. I bet you they'll investigate it and won't even post it.
It'll take them like 2 or 3 weeks before it even gets up.
Still, you messing stuff up.
Not messing stuff up. I can beep it out. Jesus, don't.
Okay, anyway, let's keep on going. So we can keep on
yes.
beep so much out.
Jesus Christ. What was the point? The point of it is, yes. I don't know. I think social media has fucked up a lot of stuff, man.
Yes, I do think that's true. I think it is true. Yeah, it is just the generation. I saw another post that, what was it, like some kids said they wouldn't have kids unless, what was that? I don't know, because
Unless what?
I'm gonna find it because it was weird. But they were trying to say why are children even thinking like this? It was just really, I saved it to go back and read it, but oh, here it is. 8th grade told woman that she wants 2 kids and not marriage because if married, she can't collect child support.
What the fuck?
And this is part of the reason why I do my purpose work with my girls, because they need to see and experience the covering of a man. Okay, so this person is just talking about how they want to like be more proactive in young girls' lives, because if we got young girls thinking like this.
I mean, that's true though. That's absolutely.
I used to know a dude who wanted to be with a girl who's on Section 8. He only was trying to get with a girl who's on Section 8. I was like, what? Like, why? She has to be on Section 8. That's one of the criteria. That's weird. We were young. But the way, if a kid
that's
is
still not cool though. Like, that's not a cool thing.
They're trying to be a part of. I even heard something too about Section 8. Like, you can go to a different like neighboring city and get on it a lot easier. And then once you're on it for a year, then you can just come back into the city and you don't have to worry about waiting because you've already been on it there. So you automatically can kind of get it here. I used to always be a hater because my parents didn't make a lot, but they weren't making that middle class. And I'm like, y'all living in a beautiful home and I'm up here, we struggling. Like, that don't make no sense. We didn't get food stamps. True.
Man,
people abuse the system sometimes that I don't like that.
It's a weird thing. That's a weird.
We have a generation
that person is not. That person that said that they wanted to date somebody just because they're on Section 8 is very, very weird. They need to look elsewhere. They need to seek help.
Yeah.
But yeah, courting is gone. Like, I don't know if I don't want to put the blame on women either, but like that y'all haven't helped the situation.
You're totally right. So that's why I be always knowing both sides of it. Because when I have talked to men, they get so frustrated or mad at me when I either disagree or don't go along with them, to the point I'm like, there must be a lot of women going along with your games. And when I say no, it's like the big thing, because there's a lot of women who are letting you play these games.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not. And then it's like a big problem, especially when you meet somebody when you finna come over. I just met you. I don't know you. Send me a picture of you. What does Lil Boosie say? Let's go live.
I give you $1,000. Yeah.
What? Or that one video used to come out, it was like a TikTok, like when you first meet somebody, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? And then it was like, you can show me a titty. Like, what? It's just so, and then you be like, no. And like, man, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting? I don't know you. Like, what? When you gonna come over and see me, you want to come over and we can do this and do that. I don't know you, sir. What is happening?
Okay, so the Netflix and chill killed everything.
Oh Lord.
Netflix and chill killed everything.
Yes.
That's
being flued out. Who was flued out first? Being flued out became a thing.
Flued out was a thing like 3 years ago.
Because I wanted to get flued out too, I ain't gonna lie.
Man.
But nowadays, I think I said this. We're just calling prostitution a different name. Basically. Because I've seen the little comments that talk about it like, we know what it is, or you should know what it is. He know what it, like a women will say it, men say it. People that are getting flued out or flying people out, like they know what's up. If they want to, then yes. And there's someone like, I don't have to do all that. I shouldn't have to do that to come with you or whatever. But regardless, yes, we know what it is. Some type of exchange is happening. I don't know what it is. Most of the time it seems like it's sexual. So to me, it's just another way to say you're giving a service.
I have a question for you.
For some type
I had this. Do you think men pay for sex?
Yes. In some form. Drinks, dinner, cash apping me, Uber eating something over, or yeah.
Yeah. You agree?
Yeah.
Even if it's subconsciously. Like
right.
Right.
But no, I think men do it, but there's also people who just genuinely will like buy something for like, or they don't want nothing in return.
Right.
Yeah, those are our times.
Okay. So if somebody was doing this for you, do you
feel obligated?
No, not do you feel obligated, but does that thought run across your mind?
Oh, man. I remember my ex. So I met him on MySpace. And when I met him, he lives in San Antonio, and my homegirl, one of my other besties, my twin, she lived there. And so I was like, well, me and her gonna meet him together because I didn't want to be by myself. So we met him, ended up going to the movies that same day, that night, all of us, me and my friend and him. Went to the movie, he paid for the tickets. He bought us like all the popcorn, nachos, ices, whatever. And so I was sitting there and I was telling my homegirl, and he went to the bathroom. I was like, man, he ain't that cute, but I feel like I gotta kiss him or something. Cause he done paid for the drinks. And I remember even back then thinking that, like, oh, I have to do something, because to a guy, then spending money on you is like, hey, I do, so like, I don't think that's what he thought, but I felt like maybe I should at least give him a kiss or something. I don't know. I mean, we ended up
kiss him on the cheek.
Yeah, I could kiss on the cheek or whatever. And I ended up, what happened was then too, we met him together. So it was kind of weird. He didn't mind meeting us together, but he wanted to see me. But for safety purposes, I was like, I don't know you, I'm trying to roll over my friend. So later on, after the movies, then I just was there and she left. And so me and him got time just to spend together to get to know one another.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and yeah, nothing happened. But then too, we dated for 5 years and we were friends for 11 years. Like, yeah, it was, obviously it was more, there was more to it, but
he said he was ugly.
I Yeah, he wasn't my, I don't think he was ugly. Let me stop. I think he was just kind of goofy and like not my type, I thought. He's a
What's
little too goofy.
what is a type, man?
He was so of course most good girls like bad guys type thing. And he was super sweet. He would like do too much. And you'd be like, okay, I don't want nobody. I want the man who be like, no, be mean to me. Like this dude was doing a lot. And so that's why he was kind of corny. That's what it was. So I was like,
He was a
I
little
don't
rust.
know.
He had a little rust.
When I was younger, I thought it was corny. I was what,
Yo,
20,
why? Okay,
23
so
years,
why
22, 23?
why is it that the corny guy? Because I would consider myself one of the corny guys. To some, to others, I was pretty mean. And I don't want to talk about that, but yeah, like what, like why does the corny? Listen. I have never had a problem, ever had a problem getting vagina. As far as like a girlfriend talking to someone, never had that problem. Even though I got this nice belly on me, I'm gonna lose it though. I'm gonna lose
People
it.
don't care.
I mean, honestly, I've met more. The older that I've gotten, I've met more women that's like, are you a good dude?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, okay, then like come on over here with that belly, bring the belly too. But but yeah, when you're younger, like man, I used to maybe my thing, maybe my problem was that I liked the obtainable girl. That is, I think that's always been my problem.
That's
And
what
that
my friend pointed out one time. She's like, is it you always dated guys that you kind of didn't like because you didn't think you can get with someone else? And to be honest, I don't want to say I did that because most of these guys just were consistent, like I said. But oh, pretty girl privilege. I had that happen this weekend. But anyway, I never thought I was like super fine and pretty. Like out of my friends, even this weekend. Like,
can I just say one thing? Like and this is no just I looked at that woman, I was like, I had
but
to do
Tim,
my
it
shit.
wasn't just you. It wasn't just you. Like this whole weekend, Ashley can attest to this because she was there. But like this whole weekend, like dudes were just like mesmerized. Not just like, oh my god, oh she fine. It was oh my god, like
It was like for me, it
like
was
who are
just like
you?
like
Like you like. And then after she left, men were like, what happened to where's that woman at? But I'm just saying, regardless, yes, I've always been a girl, pretty face, she got pretty hair, but I didn't have no big ass. I didn't have all that. I was always cool with people, but I always felt like I had friends who were prettier. So I didn't tend to go for the guy. If he was like super fine, I never would go for them because I didn't think they would even talk to me. But my friends were like,
you know I've been
Danielle,
wanting,
you're not ugly.
I've always wanted to talk about the whole pretty privilege thing because I think like that's a real that's a
Well, because
real
it
thing.
happened this week. Like after I came back from the wine tour, I had to get gas, and my homegirl, she's in the car. I got the car, I was walking into the gas station. A guy was coming out. He opens the door, and I'm like, he didn't have to open it, but I was like, thanks, whatever. He said, no, that's what I'm supposed to do for a pretty girl, and I was like, oh, thanks. Get in there, get in line. A guy's in front of me. He's like, oh no, you can go in front of me. I'm like, no, cool, you can go. And he's like, no, I'll go. He's like, ladies first. He said, you look really nice and you smell good. I'm like, thanks. Got up to the counter, about to pay for my gas. The guy next to me, he has like all these snacks and stuff. He had some extra like candy. And he was like, ooh, a sweet lady, you want some sweet treats or whatever? I was like, nah, I'm good, thanks. Walking out the door, a guy opens the door for me and he was like, oh, you look really nice today. He said, let me open the door for a queen. Go out the door, walk to, I'm like, I done got talked to like 4 or 5 times, like not trying to get hollered at, but just within that time. But me and my homegirl were talking about it, to the whole pretty privilege thing, because when you're not, I'm saying when you're not pretty, but I've been unattractive at times. When you be in your holy shirt and your sweatpants, and I could walk in and no one would look at me. Looking busted. So I know, and if I was a girl maybe who men maybe didn't go for as much physically, then I could then understand pretty clear, because I see that happening to a prettier girl, but that never happened to me. Stuff has happened to me, but in that moment, it was like bam, bam, bam. And I noticed too, I mean, I was cute this weekend, Shout out to my man because he liked my hair slicked back and it was cute. Do something different. Um, a lot of people did approach that has ever really approached me, and I was kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it is something, but I also think too. My friends like, you've been glowing, you look happy. Maybe that's why, but maybe we should have a pretty girl. We need to have the pretty privilege.
I've
My
been
homegirl,
trying
she'll
to
probably come on. She said she would do one, so maybe we can have her on and maybe get.
I would love
Because
it.
Miss
I would
Miss
absolutely love it.
Panky, Miss Panky know who she is. You missed it this weekend. Our
Who?
girl was in a full hot pink outfit, getting all the attention, bodysuit showing. They were Panky. That's what her sister-in-law kept calling her, Panky. She was out there stopping traffic. Neon pink, Tim.
Hey, that's how you used to do it,
Bodysuit,
dog. My nigga,
booty
dog.
jiggling. Like, they had a little scrunch up the booty line. That's some little like the little scrunch that goes up the booty line.
Hey,
Makes the booty
you gotta let them know sometimes. You gotta let them know, hey, it's right here.
She was being look like just yeah. But we could have that discussion. But yeah, I went on 4 different tangents there. But yeah, I don't know what the heck we was talking about. But
Pretty privileged. We were talking about courting. We were talking about
court, yeah.
Yeah.
All that, but yeah, courting is dead. Hope you guys court. Oh, you talking about too if you feel obligated to.
Yeah. So man, that pretty privilege really does get me though, because I think about it. I'm like, how is it for a young lady? Because like, what if you are so pretty that men don't even approach you?
Oh, we need to talk about that. That's next time.
Because
older men, when we were sitting at the restaurant for brunch, like I said, we had men coming through because we were by the bathroom and they ended up just sitting down talking to us. And all of them, I was asking them, so you thought she was cute, you thought she was pretty, she was smiling, why don't you talk to her? None of them, it took the girl saying something to them to get them to sit down. But they were like, oh, I mean, one dude said, I was drunk, which he wasn't. Okay, you're talking to us now. Another dude was like, well, I don't know. She was smiling at me, so I just smiled back. Okay, but I mean, I thought she was cute, but you didn't say nothing. 2 older men, like grown, they had to be late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
They were checking for my girl. I asked both of them too. Well, she don't live here, but we were like, well, she was here. How come you didn't say nothing? I mean, I don't know. Like I'm like, why don't y'all approach? I don't understand. Like y'all look at us.
Listen, one of the hard things to be from a male's
we gonna cut it off.
We gonna cut it off, but that is one of the hardest things to fucking do is to approach a woman. And so you kind of know.
Yeah.
You kind of look at this woman like, she looks like she got her shit together. If you're talking to her, especially like just the small interaction we had, I was like, oh. I was like, man, I had to put in some work. Like, yes, and I'm not talking about for her. I'm talking about me.
No, and I get that. I've been told that. I remember, like I said, a long time ago, asked my pastor, I'm like, people say I'm intimidating. I said, but I don't know what that means. He said, you just look like the type that's not gonna mess around. Like if a guy steps to you, he knows he gonna have to come correct. So that's what and they won't step to you because they're not correct. So they ain't gonna waste their time or your time.
Shout out to that pastor, whoever that pastor is.
Pastor Free, ALC. Yeah. Pastor Free, I was like, oh, and that made some sense to me. I looked because also heard too, y'all don't hate rejection. Like, well, everyone hates rejection, but for a dude to get that courage to finally go say something to her, and then she'd be like,
oh no, thank you. Here's my Instagram. Like, oh man, come on,
y'all. I tell my homegirl with them old men, just what I've learned, just start saying, oh, thank you, sir. No, sir, to the old men, because then they start feeling kind of old. Oh no, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's terrible.
Oh, you too old for me. I don't want you. And I was mean. I was sitting there and it was like, she looked mean. Everybody told me. Ashley was being nice for once. She shot her shot. She was telling all the old men, you don't
You miss
Or
100% of the
you
shots you
missed.
take.
She was telling all the old men that. I was like, look at you. But she shot her shot. She might have her a date or so. She did.
What?
She did. Because she was like, hey, did I just shoot my shot even in front of him? Because she's like, what we gonna go on a date? She said, let me think about it. Let me figure out some place to take you. So
Let me think about it. Nigga, no, you just do it. You just
well, yeah, because she said, where you taking me? And so he said, I'm gonna have to figure it. He just sat there, but he just met her. But we'll see if that happens. I don't know. Anywho.
you want to put a bet on it?
They not gonna go out.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, what?
3 weeks. 3 weeks is how long it's gonna last.
I don't think we'll get nowhere, to be honest. Most dudes will do the whole, let me get your number, I'll take you out, and then you hit them up. Oh, I'm gonna get with you this weekend, then you never hear from them again. That's how it works.
Oh, I've never done that.
So, and then too, a lot of these men were not from here. Most of the men were from Houston or Dallas and San Antonio. And I was like, why y'all come here? They also they wanted something different, which is interesting to me. I'm like, well, we want things different, and we live here. So,
I mean, maybe they. I don't know.
especially the Houston, Dallas ones. I'm like, why you come here? Ain't nothing here.
Maybe maybe they want a different.
They want to play in the snow.
Maybe they want that too. Maybe they want a different setting because I mean a lot of those. It's a lot of scheming ass people out there, Houston and Dallas. Men and women.
Yes.
There's a lot of that going on. I see it all the time. I hear about it all the time. Oh, well, such and such, she was only with him because he.
I just seen a video. A roommate just what did he try to rob his roommate with a gun? He came back to the house with a gun on camera. You can see him like about to rob his roommate.
That was a roommate?
His roommate. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it too. That was
Houston?
his roommate, yeah. He like tied him up and did whatever, and I don't know, then $6,000, whatever.
I didn't know that was his roommate.
Like there be old team scamming people in Houston.
Yeah,
you gotta watch that.
Yeah. I don't do that. And I usually I would say I have a pretty good track record with women from Houston. But what do we all right, it's time to go.
I'm making sure my elbows ain't dark. But anyway. Okay, so
what does that mean? What does that mean? You're trying to make sure your elbows aren't?
Because they used to be dark and rough. I mean, I could cut. So
what did you do?
I don't know what I did. I think when I was a kid, I used to always like lean on my elbows a lot and go like this. And it used to like, it's not that dark, but they used to be like darker and rougher skin. And I think I just stopped doing that. And they're not as rough because I'm saying they used to be like darker.
You got a sharp ass elbow though.
Ain't that sharp. But
no,
anyway.
that's pretty sharp. Anyway, socials.
Throw them bows. I heard that a long time. Throw them bows. Drop bows on. Okay. You can find me at Diella_Ella on IG and on He Said She Said Pod TX_. I always forget. I always forget that's right. So I'm like, I don't know.
You can find me on Twitter at Tim Wayne. We are still doing the giveaway. So guys, make sure that you
get on that.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. I'll put the information at the bottom. That should be coming across the screen now if it's not already there. Also, make sure you follow Boosters again. She did a stream, really hilarious. There was a part.
I'm horrible. I ain't watching.
There is a part in the stream that she did a couple days ago where these white people were talking about being on like government assistance, which was absolutely hilarious. And she was trying to play the game and she was like talking to them and trying to get them to not go to a certain spot in this game. She was playing this game called Road Company because like basically they weren't playing as a team. And she was just like, hey, we need to play as a team. Y'all need to come back. Because you keep running up there, y'all getting shot, y'all dead. And she flamed them so good. There's a clip. I don't know where the clip. I don't know if she saved the clip, but it is absolutely hilarious. Dan, y'all have to send it to you. It's pretty.
I need to watch. I ain't supporting my own thing, so I'm gonna watch too.
Do you have a Twitch account?
Do I? I feel like I might. I think I started one for no reason, and then.
Do you have an Amazon account?
Yes.
then you have a Twitch account. Why are we doing this right now?
My head hurt. Them slick backs be, man, messing my
That's because
head up.
your head is big, man.
I have like bumps in the back of my neck.
Why you pulling your hair so
I pulled
tight?
it too tight. That slick back, I had used the Gorilla Snot, not glue, but that stuff, man, it will shellac it back. But then it's tight. So
Your head is so big.
my head is not that. It's this.
It's your head is big. Damn.
That's what she said. Anywho.
But yeah, make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. I don't know how I feel about. I thought about the next giveaway. Hopefully, we get a couple thousand. Maybe give away a PS5. Maybe give away something. I don't know.
Boy, PS5, people gonna act a fool. Yeah. Let's get to 100 so we can take a break.
Yeah. Why we gotta take? We ain't gotta take no break. We gotta keep going.
Boy, I'd be tired. Like most people do like series and they take like a little break, like the first season.
You want to break? Why break? For what? Is it tiring? What do you need a break for?
No, but I can like, yeah, we'll talk. I don't need a break, but
you need a break.
I don't need a break, but we'll talk. But anyway, thanks for watching.
Wait.
Thanks for watching.
I don't understand.
Next time,
make sure you guys you drink your water, you wash your hands, clean up under your nails, man. Like, come on, bro. You 30. Quit. Clean up under your nails. Don't touch a woman if you ain't clean up under your nails.
Don't put them fingers nowhere either if your hands ain't
Don't
clean. Bacteria infections. I'm telling y'all, people don't be thinking about that. I'm like, that's nasty. You gonna give your girl
clean
bacteria
your nails. Wear your mask. Wear a mask.
I don't wear masks anymore.
Do you have a? You don't wear masks no more?
Where?
Anywhere?
Sometimes, like the store, possibly store if it's small, but no.
You really don't? That's crazy. You just.
I haven't. At my job, I do.
Okay. Well, at the job, like, do you walk?
I also don't go nowhere either. So, like, where I go to wear masks? I go to the store, the gas station, work, church. Wear a mask.
Keep the thing on me. Keep it
Yeah,
on.
all of mine hanging, but yeah, I wear it enough, but I don't go anywhere. So.
Speaking of that, before we cut out, just so y'all know, COVID cases are back on the rise. COVID cases are back on the rise. Just remember,
it's still out there. Do what you feel. I'm not telling people what
you
to
can
do.
live your life, but my nigga, it's still out there. You can still get got.
Get back. Get boosted. Don't get vaxxed. Don't get boosted. Do what you feel.
It's still around.
It's still around though. Do whatever you think you need to do for your body, okay?
Saw somebody come back from Mexico.
All right, we didn't talk about it enough. I'm hungry.
You just hungry. You always hungry.
My food is smelling good. I got a whole little pot of like a little jambalaya. It's gonna be good. So.
Oh, you ready to eat?
I'm ready. It's been simmering. It's ready. My rice is done. I'm hungry.
You eating jambalaya? It's 90 degrees. All right, y'all. Y'all be real.
Whatever. Bye.
Peace.